Ladies and gentlemen, this is ProWSoul from prowsoul.co.uk, and the question of the day is: will Roman Reigns reign supreme in the WWE? Will he? Well, that is the question of the day, and quite frankly, all I can say right now is, well, we can speculate, that is for sure, and quite frankly, well, for those who don't know, I'll just go over it briefly. Um, Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble just a bit ago, and quite frankly, since then, everybody has hated him. Everybody has hated him, and it's justifiable. It really is, because it doesn't seem as though he's ready. His promos aren't good enough at all. I mean, I'll talk about that a bit more later on. Um, his wrestling is just average. I don't see anything extraordinary, unfortunately. He's still working on the stage. He can't call a match, unfortunately, properly like Brett or Austin used to. And he just seems disjointed in the WWE. He's just not ready. He's just too early, he's too green, as they would say in the wrestling world. And I do feel as though that he needs to have a bit more time. And I think everybody else did as well. That's why you got a lot of people who were cancelling the WWE network, who were, basically put on Twitter, cancel WWE network, and complained and booed in the Royal Rumble. And it was a shame for Roman Reigns in one respect, because quite frankly, you didn't feel as though it was right, really. You felt kind of sorry for him in one way, but in the other way, it seemed like he was spoon-fed, especially when The Rock came out, and it was like, why is The Rock here? He's come for his family, trying to save the family, and give his cousin a push, and to be a big dog. And it was like, come on. It was like, clearly it was like, is who you know, not how hard you work. It's who you know, how to get to the top of the ladder. And I think everybody felt that the same way. It was just like, you blatantly, you know, you've given a job to a person in a higher position, especially when they haven't really earned it yet. It doesn't feel as though they're ready, and they're not the right candidate for the job of WWE champion. And what are you doing? You're giving Roman Reigns this opportunity. How dare you? It was, because it did it in our face, it felt really bad. If this was 1990s, where it was kayfabe, then it wouldn't make a difference, really. Really wouldn't make a difference, but we're not in that era, on an unfortunate point. So I guess, it didn't work at all for the WWE. No, the thing is, now we have the WWE. They basically went, whoa, we didn't expect that backlash. What can we do with this thing? We seriously need to do something, because it doesn't seem like a small thing. It seems like a big thing. Because a lot of people would have preferred Daniel Bryan to be in the main event of WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar. I would, without a doubt, if you told me that, would you rather see Roman Reigns versus Brock, or the either way, I would definitely say Daniel Bryan, simply just because of the match quality would just be tremendous. And that's the thing. And the thing is, he's more established as well. Daniel Bryan, he's already a star. He's worked at it, and he's worked his craft, he worked his promos, worked everything, and he's got there, and he's still got it. I mean, a few weeks, in January beginning time, I really didn't know whether he was going to be 100%, but seeing the match against Kane with Daniel Bryan, he sold it to me. Actually, he's sold it to me where I felt as though that it was appropriate for him to be in the main event. I mean, he hasn't still got the speed yet, unfortunately, at the present time. However, he can still fight. I think he is gonna gain his speed. I think he's just, you know, slowly getting there. He's come back after injury, so it's gonna take him a bit of time to get into the swing of things. But if you ask me, who would I rather see? I would definitely say Daniel Bryan. But this is not about Daniel Bryan. This is about Roman Reigns. What will he reign supreme in the WWE? I think at the present time, I think the way the WWE is doing it is that they don't have a clue what to do with him. You could clearly tell. They don't know whether to make him a babyface, because if he becomes a babyface, everybody's going to hate him. He's already a babyface anyway, but everybody hates him anyway. But if he continues to be babyface, everybody will hate him. And if he wins in Fastlane, people will continue to hate him. But then if he loses, not forget the losing part, but if he becomes a heel, then some people will, start to cheer for him. Some people will, but still, a lot of people will hate him. And it is a double-edged sword in that respect, because people will still want him to lose against Brock Lesnar. That is the thing. If they shouldn't really formulate this as what it is right now. In the ideal scenario, I would say make Roman Reigns lose to Daniel Bryan, and basically you've got a match, a Mania between Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar, and that will be the perfect match. Roman Reigns could face Seth Rollins, and that will be an amazing match too. I think in Fastlane, Roman Reigns, as they are having the match, simply because Roman Reigns, this is what's going to happen. One of the possibilities that could happen, if Daniel Bryan is going to win, that is Seth Rollins is going to come and he's going to cost the WWE Championship opportunity to Roman Reigns by doing something, obviously, to Daniel Bryan, obviously, and Daniel Bryan is going to go on to WrestleMania. So then you've got those two matches, which is perfect for WrestleMania, in my opinion. I think that would be the ideal scenario, where you would get Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar, and you would get Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, and quite frankly, them two matches would just be awesome. And who knows what they could do with that as well. They could even make Rollins, cash in the Money in the Bank at that WrestleMania as well, which will be amazing to see. Because quite frankly, Daniel Bryan might not win the title, and it could be Seth Rollins taking it, because obviously we all know Brock's contract's up, and it is looking like he's going back to the WWE, to the UFC. Unfortunately for the WWE fans, that is for sure. So I think that's one scenario. The thing what I'm thinking is, I don't think they're going to go with that. I really don't. And the reason I say that is because when you actually watch Raw, and you see what they're doing with Roman Reigns, they don't know what to do with him. They don't know at all what to do with him. They've kind of given him opportunities to be a heel, and they kind of given him opportunities to be a good guy, where he kind of speared Daniel Bryan towards the end, when he pushed him, and he became kind of a heel persona as such. And when he tagged in just right at the end of a match and finished the match, and Daniel Bryan was really angry with him, and quite frankly, that was a funny little segment, but still, it did seem uncomfortable on Roman Reigns' part, unfortunately. And so they're contemplating whether, if he does become heel, will they still be able to, will he get a bigger pop that way? Or whether if he becomes a babyface, will he get a bigger pop that way? So that's what I'm thinking the WWE is doing right now. They're not too sure what to do with Roman Reigns. I think in doing that, um, they're clearly showing a sign that they're going to basically give Roman Reigns the title still at WrestleMania. That's unfortunate. It really is. And Romans will still get hated on completely. Everybody will just be completely sad and annoyed. I think they will lose a lot of fans as well, though. That's the thing. If he does win the title at WrestleMania, um, obviously the children will still love it, but a lot of the generations above will start to say goodbye to the product itself, because it's not rightfully, the best man should be the top dog. And unfortunately, at this present time, Roman Reigns isn't the top dog at the present time. However, if that does happen as well, though, I do feel as though that Roman Reigns will not know what to do. He won't know how to really handle it that much. I mean, he won't talk as much, really. And I think what they should do is do a heel turn where if Roman Reigns wins, then he should be a heel, defend the title, and he basically signs with Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman will just do the talking for him, and not only that, he won't really need to talk at all. He'll just need to pose like the big man that he is, and I think that will work perfectly for him with his continuation of his title. The only thing is, as a heel, is he going to be completely cowardly, etc., and stuff like that? It's not really going to work right now, because he's a big guy and he would just look like a wuss, etc. But then again, he can do what Brock Lesnar has been doing, and I think that will be the way for him to go if he does win the title, to be a heel, and definitely get Paul Heyman, because he's definitely not ready for talking at the present time. But the thing with the WWE, they won't do that. They won't do that, and it's a I think they're gonna make him a babyface, and they're gonna make him win the title, and I think that's just gonna be completely ridiculous. And the one thing what Roman Reigns could do is embrace the hate like John Cena. He can basically say, look, you can hate me as much as you want, but I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be, because that's what John Cena did, really. We all got sick of him because he just wouldn't pass the torch to anybody else. The unfortunate thing is, we saw him, but we couldn't get rid of him, because he sells more t-shirts and tickets, because he is who he is, and people come to see him for that reason. Whether that he wins or whether he loses, people come to see him for that reason. And I think that is the same thing if Roman Reigns is going to be a babyface and win the Rumble. He should do the same thing. Not the Rumble, sorry, WrestleMania title. He should do the same thing. However, if he becomes a heel, I think that would be appropriate, because he's certainly not good in terms of his talking ability. He can, hang around with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman can do his promos. All he has to do is say, believe that, and believe that. Paul Heyman says everything, everything goes, and you can believe that. Sorry, my throat is hurting right now, so I couldn't get that right. Believe that. But anyway, um, I think that's the way if he's gonna win the title, and but I just feel as though right now he's just in the deep end. He's not got the tools for him to swim. He doesn't know how to swim completely. He's riding it as much as he can, but really, there's not much there. I think the scripted promos don't help as well. If you saw on Raw, he was clearly trying to remember his lines, and he messed a little bit up when he just remembered and said the right thing, and then he added, and believe that. Yeah, we don't believe it. That's the problem, Roman. We don't believe it because your promos are just so scripted, and it's the wrong promos that they're giving you. The creative team in the WWE are giving you the wrong promos. Whether it's Vince McMahon or anybody else, they're giving you the wrong promos because you sound absolutely ludicrous. If anybody has not seen it, they should check out a promo where he did where he was talking to the Big Show, and he talked about Jack and the Beanstalk. That promo was like, please God, gosh, please, please shut your mouth, Roman. Please don't carry on because it's so embarrassing. Just I felt sorry for the guy. I was like, dude, don't do it, man. Just don't do it. I was cringing, and I'm sure Big Show was thinking the same thing, but he sold it as well as he could at the time. But yeah, I think. Do I think he's gonna be a top dog already? I think it's too soon. I think ideally, if he didn't get injured last year and continued throughout the year up till now, I think it'd be perfect for a title shot. Perfect, because he would have done his fair dues. He would have known exactly what not and what to do, how to call matches, how to do promos, etc. Because that's what exactly has happened to Seth Rollins. He's just been put in the deep end, and he's just been, doing great promos, great work, wrestling in and out constantly. Every Raw and SmackDown, it feels as though he's just putting his show on, and he's doing the best he can do, and he's doing it very, very well. And I think he was on that road. He was on that road, and he was doing this what he needs to do. The only thing was he didn't know how to call a match. Didn't have the experience. Promos weren't great, and then he got injured, and now he's back just at WrestleMania time. And then they're thinking, let's give him the push. Let's give him the ball right now, when he's not ready. It's a bit too soon, especially with these scripted promos as well. Take that away. We need to stop these scripted promos, WWE, because quite frankly, their Roman Reigns is just being a higher extension of himself. He's not being, what you want him to be. He's been higher, he's being Roman Reigns with the volume turned up, as Stone Cold would say. And certainly, I do not feel as though he's ready. I think he is going to sink quite badly, unfortunately, unless the only way possible would be to give it to Daniel Bryan right now. And believe me, if that happens, that'll be perfect, because then you've got Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and you've got Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. And I think we all know what's going to happen in that. Seth Rollins is going to come and going to somehow win the title, or Daniel Bryan could lose, could win that against Brock Lesnar. and Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns will be just an amazing match too as well. I think that will be the ideal way to go. Will it happen? Well, it remains to be seen. I don't think it will. Sorry, I don't think it will. I think they're just gonna give him the ball and make him win the match at Fastlane, which remains to be seen. I could be wrong, but it seems as all like that. Um, but let's just see. Let's just see. I mean, other matches that I would like to see at WrestleMania. Um, if Roman Reigns is still going to be facing Brock Lesnar, I think you've got Bryan, and I think I would have loved to see a match between him and Cesaro, but obviously that's definitely not going to happen now, especially now where Cesaro is, you know, so down the hill. Is unbelievable. He's well, at least he's going to go for a tag team championship. I don't think he'd ever won a tag team championship with Jack Swagger, did he? But I think that'll give him some hope for the future. And but that would have been an awesome match, Cesaro versus Bryan. However, we've also got other matches which I would have liked to see. I mean, some people say that it should be Dolph Ziggler versus Bryan at WrestleMania if this doesn't happen. I don't think so. I think Dolph Ziggler. The thing with Dolph Ziggler is when he wrestles, he just wrestles and gets beat up like 80% of a match, and then 20% is offense, and it's kind of like, and 9 times out of 10 he's gonna lose. I'm getting tired of this, unfortunately, and I think what Dolph Ziggler needs to do is maybe, give a lot of offense now. Start to do a lot of offensive wrestling as opposed to just getting beat up all the time, because quite frankly, whenever he faces these guys, he does look like a flyweight compared to the other guys, and it doesn't look as though he can, beat them up. At least Bryan is small, but at least it looks as though he can beat them up, and which he does as well. He does it very, very well. So I think with Ziggler, I think he should face Dean Ambrose. I think Dean Ambrose should win the IC title from what's his name, Wade Barrett, and should face Ziggler at WrestleMania for that. And Cena, well, we forgot about Cena. Cena, he should face Rusev again. I think Rusev's gonna lose, against, well, who knows? He'll probably get disqualified at Fastlane, or then in WrestleMania. I think there'll be a crowning moment where Rusev will finally lose the title to John Cena, and that will be really good to see. But all in all, I don't think, unfortunately, Roman Reigns, his career-wise, he's just not ready. I don't feel as though he's going to further his career in a top direction, especially if he becomes a champ straight away. Let's see what happens. This is what we all watch Raw and, well, the WWE for, don't we? So, anyway, that's it from me. If you have any comments, suggestions, etc., please give me a shout. Comment, like, subscribe, share, etc. And thank you for listening to this. I very much appreciate it. Have a great day. Peace out and have a great day. Peace!